In the intricate and often unpredictable web of human relationships, you shine as a rare and unwavering beacon of hope for this person, a guiding light that has illuminated even their darkest and most desperate moments. Where shadows once lingered in the corners of their mind and heart, your presence brought clarity, warmth, and healing. Like a lighthouse offering direction to a drifting ship, you've helped them navigate the turbulent seas of their internal struggles, encouraging them to confront the chaos within and rise above the storm. In doing so, you've led them toward the recognition of their own worth, reminding them of their inherent goodness and strength that had long been buried under layers of pain, doubt, and regret. To them, you are not simply another passerby in the long parade of people encountered through life. You are someone irreplaceable, an extraordinary soul who carved a space in their heart that no one else has ever occupied. Through every season of life, through moments of joy and heartbreak, triumph and failure, calm and chaos, you have stood beside them. Your steadfast presence became their anchor, your support the steady hand they reached for when the world felt too heavy to bear. Your companionship was not only comforting but transformative. Your belief in them altered the trajectory of their life in ways they never expected and are only just beginning to understand. Yet even within the strength of this connection lies a deeply felt sorrow, a profound remorse born not from anything you did, but from the choices they made. With raw honesty, they admit that they failed you. They chose deception over transparency, withholding their truest feelings out of fear, pride, or self-protection. Now they see that you always deserved more truth, more consistency, more of their authentic self. The realization stings because it's rooted in love. They know that their actions chipped away at the trust you both worked so hard to build. The bond you once shared now carries the scars of that breach, and they live with the weight of knowing that it was their own hands that fractured something so precious. Despite the inner turmoil this brings, they hold tightly to a vision of the future, a dream where you remain at the center of their life, where the two of you continue your journey together, this time with deeper understanding and renewed purpose. They imagine a future where your love grows stronger through every challenge, where your connection becomes a sanctuary from the world rather than something tested by it. But even as this dream brings them hope, they find themselves paralyzed by hesitation. A haunting silence lingers between you, one they long to break yet feel powerless to overcome. Their heart aches to reach out, but their lips remain sealed, each attempt to call or write thwarted by invisible forces, fear of rejection, fear of inadequacy, fear of reopening old wounds. Your absence is not merely a quiet gap in their life, it is an aching void, a vast and gaping emptiness that echoes in their solitude. It haunts them at night, stealing their peace and replacing it with restless thoughts and vivid memories. They regret, deeply and genuinely, the pain they caused and the person they became in their moments of weakness. They now see the toxicity and manipulation for what it was, not a reflection of their feelings for you, but a manifestation of the wounds they had yet to heal within themselves. They understand now that those behaviors, intentional or not, inflicted harm. They affected not only your relationship but your well-being. And that awareness marks a turning point. This is a moment of awakening for them, a stark and necessary confrontation with the reality of their flaws and the consequences of their actions. It's a humbling revelation, one that signals not just an ending, but the possibility of a new beginning. To seek reconciliation, they know they must take courageous steps forward. This means owning their mistakes without deflection, confronting the deep fears and insecurities that led them to act the way they did, and doing the hard inner work required for lasting change. They understand that making amends isn't a matter of grand gestures but of consistency, vulnerability, and truth. And while the road to healing may be long and fraught with difficulty, they are willing to walk it, because regaining your trust and restoring your bond is a cause worth every ounce of effort. Their transformation is already underway. They are shedding the armor of pride, gradually unlearning the behaviors that once sabotaged their connections. They are learning to forgive themselves, not to excuse their actions, but to free themselves from the shame that kept them stagnant. You have been their catalyst for growth, a living example of strength, grace, and self-respect. And even though the journey is painful, they are beginning to embrace it. They no longer view your love as something to possess but as something to honor. They're beginning to understand that real love flourishes not in control or dependency, but in mutual admiration, respect, and shared growth. In the quiet sanctuary of their reflections, they are often overwhelmed by an intense longing, a yearning not just for your physical presence, but for the emotional intimacy you once shared. The world continues its motion, yet they remain anchored to a tide of memories. Your laughter, your words, your gaze, these live vividly within them, as if your essence is woven into the very air they breathe. Their dreams are often haunted by the past, not as mere figments of the imagination but as mirrors of unspoken truths. In sleep, they find themselves returning to you, holding you, comforting you, whispering apologies they never managed to speak aloud. These dreams are not fleeting fantasies, they are expressions of emotions too vast for language, too deep to simply vanish. There have been countless moments where they stood on the edge of reaching out, hand poised over the phone, pen in hand ready to write, words ready to be released. Yet something within them always holds back. It's as if an invisible hand clenches their throat, silencing their voice and weighing down their spirit. They are imprisoned by the very silence they long to break. 1,000 times, they've wanted to tell you how much they miss you, how deeply they still care, how regret eats at them, but the fear of rejection or being unworthy continues to silence them. They've also come to recognize how their pride has been a formidable barrier, a wall built not to protect, but to isolate. It has kept them from seeking the comfort they need most, your understanding. But the universe, in its persistent wisdom, has refused to let them forget. It reminds them constantly of you, through songs, places, even fleeting moments that echo your presence. These reminders are bittersweet, they are proof of what once was and what might still be. Your strength continues to inspire them. Even from afar, the memory of your resilience empowers them to move forward. The courage you've shown in facing life's challenges alone is both beautiful and heartbreaking. It's difficult for them to witness you thriving, glowing with confidence, while feeling like an outsider to your journey. Yet even in that pain, they find admiration. They see you clearly now, stronger, more radiant, more self-assured than ever. And that clarity forces them to confront their own self-doubt. They wonder if they still have a place in your world. They fear being replaced, outshined, forgotten. Others desire you, people who seem to have it all together. But somehow, you always made them feel seen, worthy, loved. It's a paradox that torments them. They feel both unworthy of your love and uniquely attuned to it. Compared to others, they sometimes feel superior, as though their love for you is deeper, truer, but beside you, they often feel small, struggling to believe they are enough. This emotional contradiction tears at them, filling them with both hope and despair. And through it all, they miss you. They miss you in ways that words cannot fully express. Their love for you has eclipsed any affection they've known before. It is vast, enduring, and all-consuming. You are their light. Their angel. The silence between you stretches unbearably, each day without you feeling like an eternity. They long for the chance to see you again, to hold your gaze, to feel your warmth, to speak the truth their silence has hidden for far too long. You are now part of their very fabric, and the thought of a future without you is one they can't bear to imagine. They yearn for the day when they can stand before you, not with empty promises but with evidence of their growth. Until then, they hold on to every shared memory, loving you from a distance, preparing for the moment when they can once again express all that you mean to them. They believe your connection transcends the ordinary. It feels as though your souls have known each other across lifetimes, as though fate has woven you together through threads of something eternal. With you, they found not only love, but home. An emotional sanctuary that offered more than safety, it offered transformation. In your presence, they found the courage to face their demons, to evolve, to dream. Your love was never just romantic, it was healing, nurturing, and profoundly spiritual. You became a mirror through which they saw both their light and their shadows. Your absence has revealed many truths, not least of which is the unparalleled value of your presence. They now understand that no one else can take your place. They once ran from their feelings, dismissing them as fleeting or superficial. But distance has only intensified their love. Now, they welcome these emotions, no longer afraid to name what has always been true. They are in love with you. Deeply. Undeniably. They yearn for a fresh start, a new chapter defined by honesty, commitment, and genuine effort. They promise not to repeat the past, not to abandon you midway through life's storms. They are ready to walk beside you, hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul, ready to confront whatever life brings, together. This time, they choose love not as an escape but as a foundation. And you, always you, remain the light that leads them home.